Hello everyone, and welcome back to Create Above and Beyond. In the last episode, we set up a very slow but functioning cobble generator, which leads into gravel, which leads into, iron and flint. Now, it's not fully automated, and the only part that's not automated is this bottom part right here. We need to set up a conveyor belt, most likely, to get this washing to happen a little bit better. Did something just fly in the water, or was it just a particle? I think it was just a particle. But there's a few other things I want to do. First of which is we have some wheat. This wheat, if we stop lagging, can be milled and turned into dough, and then I think it actually gets washed. So I think, quite literally, I just need to somehow get it into this millstone. Or we need to make a new millstone, which, I mean, I'm going to be honest, probably the smarter thing to do, depending on just how expensive these millstones are. How expensive are they? Andesite and a small cogwheel. We pretty much have that. I dig up a little bit more andesite, and we're good. We're golden, We can make one. Another thing that I was looking into is we could possibly either make water wheels, right? Someone suggested those in the comments, some water wheels, and we, separate out our power. Because at the moment, this one windmill bearing is powering all of our machines, which is a little inefficient. And especially if we want to start speeding things up, we're going to need some more power. The water wheel itself needs a large cogwheel, which is one andesite alloy, and you get two of them. So it's essentially two water wheels for one andesite. If we were to do a windmill bearing, it's a lot more effort, but I think it's not only is it more efficient in terms of 8 shafts, right? And you only use 2 for one of these, so essentially, it might be roughly the same, but you guys get the point. It's not too much, right, to make these. But you also need the sails, and that's where they sort of chip into your money making, because these need wool. Well, actually, they're pretty cheap. But once again, wool. And I don't have a sheep farm yet, which is, something else we might have to do. In the meantime, though, let's go ahead and open our crafting table. I want to quickly make a second millstone. That's what I want to do as a starter. And then we'll go from there, I guess. So let's search mill. Let's go here. We can bookmark it. What do we need? We need a piece of stone and a plank. Sadly, the stone has to be real stone, so let's go ahead and get a stack. Oh, not a stack, but 8 stone. And we'll grab the planks from here. Quick and easy stuff. You can use certain other things. As you saw here, there was we could polish andesite and stuff, you know what I mean? Diorite we could polish, and that counts as stone. We'll just use the stone that we just made. It's not that big of a deal. All right, here is our millstone. Now, this guy obviously needs to be hooked up somewhere. Now listen, as messy as this will be, it kind of needs to be up there. I'm also debating what I want to do with the rest of this stuff. Oh. I'm thinking what I could do is I could place this windmill up there instead, right? So in the sky, so it's actually spinning. That would get rid of all this mess. And then I could just place some water wheels and hook this stuff up that way. Does that sound like a good idea? It's a little bit of, remodeling. I think we can do it, and it would possibly make things look nicer. So with that in mind, temporarily, I'm just going to pick this stuff up, because we're going to move it anyway, I guess, apparently. The millstone can go here real quick, and I can drop the wheat in, and that will turn into, what do you call it? Where is it? Oh my god, I have nothing bookmarked. Normally, I bookmark the things I'm going to be talking about. The wheat turns into wheat flour. This, I'm going to bulk wash into dough, and then the dough you just smelt into bread. Or you can, bulk smoke it and stuff like that. But I'm currently just after... we get so much wheat flour. I'm going to place it on this guy. I'm going to, I guess, pick up the chute before I do that. Chute collected. Wheat flour in there. We've actually got a little bit more that we can, I guess, add to the collection. There we go. What do we have in here? Gravel. Oh, yeah, I disconnected this. That makes sense. I'm like, nothing's happening. Yep, that does add up, believe it or not. I think it's just gear and then this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, beautiful. So that's going to get us some dough. I'll sleep through the night. And then I guess we'll start crafting some water wheels. That seems like the next step. Sadly, that means, once again, I'm going to need to chop down some trees, which I'm clearly not the biggest fan of. Do we have a secret stash? No. I really wish we had a secret stash. All right, is the dough done, at least? Yes, the dough is done. I guess at the very least I can start smelting this and we can get some food for when we return. So there we go. And I will be back with, I don't know, 2 trees chopped. Okay, the trees are chopped. We have some wood. We also have some bread. I'm going to show you what this culinary station does. So bread by itself will heal us 2.5 hunger, and it looks like 3 saturation, right? If I chuck this in here with possibly, maybe let's stack these sweet berries and place some carrots instead, we are going to get two sandwiches essentially. Can we possibly, can we make it be in one sandwich? One sandwich would be better, but I guess this is fine. So I can get 2 of these sandwiches, and I'm gonna eat one of them, right? So have a look at our hunger at the moment. We're missing what? 5.5 hunger points, and we have 1.5 saturation. I'm gonna eat one. We are full except for a half hunger, but we have what, like 5 or 6 more saturation. That's a pretty good sandwich. I'm gonna make a few more. We now have 7 of those sandwiches. So like, this guy is very powerful. This culinary station, very, very good. Do you know what else is very, very good? Yes, that is right. Exactly what you said. Water wheels. So we're gonna make some water wheels. I feel like that's probably the best way to go. We're going to need some slabs for this. So I'm gonna grab 24 slabs, I guess. I'm going to apparently make 1 water wheel. I'm going to try to make another large cogwheel. This will need 4 buttons. So let's see if we can grab 4 buttons. Am I also going to need to make more planks now? Yep. Make another plank. There we go. So large cogwheel. We're going to get 2 of them. Do I want to make more water wheels? I guess, yeah. 3 more? Or, you know, 2 more, 3 total? Sure. Okay. Here's where the fun happens. I'm going to go ahead and make a few more slabs. Right? So we're going to turn all these into slabs. I'm going to, I guess, spread out this platform a bit. And we're actually going to give like 1 water wheel to each thing that we want to set up, I think. Whilst that might not be... is that the best way to do it? I'm not sure. I don't think it's the best way to do it, but it might be what we do anyway. The problem with this pack is there's so much thinking needed. Like, I would love to just play this in my spare time. You know what I mean? Rather than like making videos for it, because then I could just sit there, not saying a single word, and just think, you know? Just think. Okay. Okay. First things first, you know what? Let's get started. So first things first, I need to power this thing. Yeah, you know what? I need to power this in case fit. I really don't know. You know what? Let's set up one for the water wheel. For the millstone, sorry. So I'm going to get a vertical gearbox right here. I am going to actually place the... you know what? We can actually make this look a little nicer. I keep coming up with better plans when we place this stuff. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying the series, by the way. I am just getting started, hopefully. With that being said, like, I haven't touched Ocean Block, that series, in a while. I do want to go back to it. I just haven't. So we're going to place the water wheel here, right? That's how you do it. It just slaps down. It's beautiful, I know. We're going to see if we can jump back up. We can. Nice. And then we should just be able to drop water. We needed to sort of go around in like a flow. So for example, if I were to, oh, you know what? I think a stair could work. Let me make a spruce stair, right? Let me see if I can place this stair. I want to place it like there. So I think what I can do, oh, I didn't want to do that, but temporary block. And then a stair. But I mean, you know what? I guess that might work. What happens if I place a bucket in it? I mean, hey, it's doing it. And then can I place possibly another stair like that? No, not like that. I wanted it to place like how I placed this one. But I'm not really sure the best approach for doing that. Do I have to go from down below? Let's see. Oh god, this is a horrible idea. Alright. Listen. I made a mess, okay? I made a mess, but I've got it working. Essentially, I built cobble down here. The reason for that was actually to get, and we can have a little sneak peek. It was to get air from here, right? To stop the water from like flowing down and whatnot. And then obviously we've got the water flowing over the top. And sort of technically flowing under because it's flowing from this block into this. There's not actually a source block there, as you can sort of see. And yeah, then this block is to stop it from, and we'll see if it does it, from doing that, because, I mean, it just doesn't look too good. That's genuinely the only reason. Can I make vertical slabs? Is that a thing? Give Give me a second. Not really, or at least it doesn't look like it. So that has to remain for now. But hey, it works. We have rotational energy. Now, there is something else we can do. We could keep this as it is. We could expand it, so we could have it like go multiple rows along. Or we could have one wheel for each thing. I still don't know what I want to do. I'm gonna be honest. I'm still, my brain hurts. But one thing we could do, right, is I could grab some of the cobble we have, right? It's just some building materials, which I think we have. Yeah, we have cobble. We got plenty of cobble. And I'm gonna expand this out. I'll also grab some planks, so that should be good. I'm going to replicate this to be a bit longer. So essentially, I'm going to, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna figure out exactly how to do that. Okay, so here's what we're looking at the moment. I've expanded it out, so I've just like extended this so there's gaps behind. Listen, it's a messy situation. There's probably a billion easier ways to set this up. In fact, I can almost guarantee there is. But listen, this works. It gets the job done, okay? And that's the main thing. So we've got water flowing there. What we're going to want to do now is slap on the water wheels. Arguably, we should have done that first. But as you can see, they're all spinning. They appear to be spinning the same speed. Listen, that's good enough for me, okay? That is good enough for me. We can expand this out, I guess, just to like sort of maybe make it look a little bit neater, maybe? Like, that looks a little bit better. We have a shaft going here. What I could do instead is just have like the, can I pick that up? Oh my god, so many things keep dropping down there. I wish we built our platform a little lower. But anyway, we can place our vertical gearbox there if we wanted to. We can place shafts there. It's sort of, I guess, up to us at this point. How do we want to do this? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure how we want to do this. What I might do is place a small cogwheel there. I think that's the right idea. So let's grab this. Let me grab that. I think I'm gonna make a cogwheel for starters, or make like a group of small cogwheels. So that's going to be 8 buttons, like so, surrounding andesite. Once again, I'm not entirely sure how well this series is going to do in terms of just like, not views alone, but like enjoyment. You know what I mean? Because it is very different. It definitely is that. There we go. Beautiful. And then what this allows this one to do is continue going vertically for like, you know, the mechanical press and stuff, which we'll probably need. How does this work? Is it this? It is. Andesite casings. We're going to surround a cogwheel with these to get a gearbox. I'm going to make it a vertical gearbox. And I should be able to slap it. How actually do I want to do this? For example, I could slap it there. But I guess, yeah, you know, that works. And then I could have like, you know, the press there. Right? Is that's not too bad, I guess. Okay. Sure. Okay. Beautiful. Are we feeling good? Oh yeah, I've got to move this up there. This is going to be a little bit messy. I will definitely admit that much. So let's break that, break this. Did we even pick up that mechanical belt? Nope. There it is. Okay. So currently we're good. The next thing is getting the windmill up there. So I'll do, once again, I'll try and do this off camera because like we did it, you know, in a previous episode, but I'm essentially going to move this and place it the other way around, but up there. All right. So now I've got a windmill up there. I'm going to be honest. I already regret putting it up there. I wish I didn't, but it's up there already. And now for the rest of this mess. I'm going to be honest. We're going to pick it up and we're going to redesign this entire situation. Like just the bottom part. We're definitely not going to redo the big, part up top. Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Whew, okay. So the depot can come with me. The chute can stay there. The chute does its job beautifully. However, this time around, how do I want to lay this out? I think going that way should be good. How do I want to do this? So essentially, we're going to place a shaft here. We can place another shaft here, I believe, like that. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think this actually should be perfectly fine. We're going to get a mechanical belt to take, you know, the items on it. Like so. We're going to have it go into, if I place like this here. Ideally, I want a chest, I believe. So once again, we're back to tree chopping. All right, so we're gonna place a chest, like here, for example, right? And now I don't know what else to do. Ideally, right? We have it. It flows across. It runs into. I think. The problem is I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. My brain hurts. My brain. Okay, give me a second. I need to do some thinking. All right, I possibly know what to do. I want to go and mine this zinc and the copper. I'm gonna mine them both. That was really only one zinc. I think we might need more, but I'll grab a little bit more copper. Essentially, I don't know. I don't know. I want to be able to do filters. Did I bookmark certain filters? I bookmarked like brass pipes, and we were going to try this out, weren't we? Using brass. And the brass we're going to get from mixing in a mixing bowl with molten liquids. I mean, that's going to be so difficult. It's no, I don't want to do that. I'm hoping I don't have to do that. My brain hurts. Oh. Okay. So I was watching some things. It's possible that we're fine and everything will work perfectly. That's a possibility. It could happen. Like by hooking up this conveyor belt and like the fan, that everything will just magically work. It's possible. It's possible. And so we're probably going to give that a try. Another thing I need to try and craft real quick is actually an andesite funnel. So if we search our funnel here, I don't believe I have a bookmark. Nope. We got to craft one of these guys. Or do we? Maybe we don't. Okay. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're probably going to go back to our, like, whatchamacallit? What's the word I'm looking for? Our little chute design that we had. So a chute going into a chest. We'll try this again. So I'm going to break this. I'm going to place a chest here with a chute on top. Okay. Now all we need is for this to rotate that way, right? Okay. Easier said than done, probably. All right, I'm grabbing some more andesite, right? I want to turn this stuff into a few more andesite alloys. I want to make another gearbox, I think. And we're going to see if that sort of does the trick. So I'm going to need 8 spruce buttons. Make some more cogwheel. What happened to cave sounds? What happened to them just being, you know, a little bit spooky? Why is that horrific? I'm hoping you guys got to hear that because oh my, that is going to keep me up at night. Alright, we're making another gearbox. It's going to be a vertical one, of course. We're going to come over here. I think what I want to do is place a cogwheel. Bring this downwards. Then place a vertical gearbox. Like such. Oh my god. How do I even manage to place it there? That is phenomenal. It's impressive, isn't it? Where'd the item even go? Are you kidding me? What? Oh my god. Somehow it ended up on the conveyor belt. Because of course it did. Of course it did. Now, let's place it here. Okay. The belt is spinning. Oh, it's spinning in the right way as well. So we get to see this in action. Okay. This might just work. Man, this is a bit interesting. But I think what we can do now is place a shaft. Place a cogwheel. Place a fan. Is this gonna work? Sort of. This sort of works. What I might do though is bring this out a little bit further as well. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. Place a cogwheel above. Place a fan facing this way. I think that worked, by the way. We have like gravel in there. Yeah, so the conveyor belt system works, right? We have a fan blowing this way. Now all we need to do is put some water on it. So we could do our little stair maneuver. So for example, jump up here, place a stair like this, and place the bucket of water. Okay. It made a mess, of course, because why wouldn't it? We can probably clean that mess up just by doing that and replacing this bucket. So let's try this again. Okay. Place that there. Beautiful. A lot tidier. I like it. Does this work? So the gravel is going across the conveyor belt. This is completely natural. Let's see how long it takes to turn into, you know, gravel or flint. Oh, perfect. We could probably even speed this up. So there we go. Now this right here, what you're looking at, is fully automated. Once again, incredibly slow, but hey, it's automated. You can't deny that. You cannot deny that. It's fully automated. All of the flint and gravel is going to show up in here. If we wanted to, we could drop the stuff on here as well manually. I wonder if you could get away with putting like, oh my god, putting full stacks on there is what I was going to say. Probably not, but I guess we're about to find out. Okay. I feel like so far this episode really hasn't like, I doubt anyone's like, wow, I really like what he's done. But listen. We'll do something else. I'll figure out something else to do. What can we do? I don't know what else to do. Okay, hold on. What else did we need to automate? Let's check off some things. A forest. What about sand? Is sand needed? I mean, honestly, the wood is the most important one at the moment. Oh no, yeah, it's still just particles. Automating wood. Okay. Crushed iron ore. I need to mill this, don't I? Yeah. Let me get that milling while I think about things. We might be at the point where we're going to try and automate a tree farm. Essentially, we're going to be using these saws, which means we're going to be using a decent amount of iron, to be completely honest. Mainly andesite, though, because it obviously uses these machines. I think it's doable. I do think it's doable. The only other question is, how is our farm going to spin? We could probably use water, to be honest. Yeah, you know what? I have a little idea in my mind of what we can do. I kind of want to give it a shot. So, let me show you the bases of my plan, right? What I want to do is dig out a spot for our farm. So, let's go ahead and break this grass up here. Man, using stone tools and stuff is... everything is so much slower. Like, I'm so used to ATM6 where, like, that would have taken half a second. It would have been an afterthought. But what I want to do is dig into the ground in a 3x3, right? In particular, another spot in the ground, right? So, under the ground. Why are there scary sounds? Is there a scary mob causing these scary sounds? I feel like there is. Oh my god, I think there's a mob. Oh my god. It's not cave sounds. I genuinely have shivers down my spine. Ooh. Oh no, don't turn nighttime. That's the last thing we need right now. It's in the walls. It's in the walls, it's in the walls, it's in the walls, it's in the walls. I'm gonna dig to it. Or in its general direction. Okay. Seeing is believing. Here it is. This is the guy who's been scaring the absolute life out of me. There's also a creeper down here that I can barely see. Oh my god. Okay, so that's the scary noise. Everyone can sleep well at night now, knowing that that's the scary noise. Holy moly. Okay, so as I was trying to say before I was so really interrupted by like the scariest sound I've ever heard, right here, I want to place a water wheel. So sadly, that means we're gonna have to figure out if we can even afford a water wheel at the moment. Yes, we can. We're just gonna have to, you know, use up some of this wood again. Classic. I believe it's buttons in the corners, andesite in the middle, and planks like so gives us a large cogwheel. Then we actually do need more planks. We need another singular plank. Oh my god. You know what? This is the point we've gotten to, where I'm picking up planks off the ground. We're going to surround the large cogwheel with the planks. The slab, sorry. And we're going to get this. I'm going to place it... There's a way to place them like that. Yes, precisely. Okay. Now what I want to do is actually grab a stairs from somewhere. And I think I saw one in one of these. Yes, we have a stair, right? I'm also going to bring a bucket of water with me. This is going to power our tree farm, okay? I'm going to place the stair, where are we? Like this, right? I'm going to place the water bucket. And check out that. A full 360 spin. How beautiful is that? From one bucket of water, just using the stair mechanic. That is so nice. Then what we can do is we can actually dirt up all of this, except for this middle part here, where we can have our thing that spins around and chops the trees. How beautiful is that? I think that's pretty cool. So, what do we need now? You know what I'm curious about? I'm pretty sure we need a mechanical bearing, but I want to see what happens if I just slap a radial chassis. Like, I imagine I've got to stick it on somehow. Yeah, that doesn't really help. How are we gonna do this? Am I also going to need super glue? Because is this something viable? Blood. Ooh, yeah, we can do blood. We can most definitely do some blood. Let's check again. I just want to double check. Coagulated blood? Yep, it's just blood on this. Oh, can we do blood currently, or would we need to make a smeltery? In which case, we would need a smeltery controller, which needs sealed mechanisms. Which are doable. This is very doable. The plot thickens. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Because we're gonna need slime to set up this tree farm. I'm pretty sure. You know what? Actually, I think the radial chassis can do it. I'm gonna be honest. I think the radial chassis can do it. I think this will actually end up being a mechanical bearing. How do I make a mechanical bearing? Because we're gonna need that as well as, obviously, the actual tree chopper. Mechanical bearing. Here it is. You know what, actually? I believe we could use the windmill. I think that works. That is infuriating, because I think that works. We'll probably end up making a mechanical bearing. It's just a bunch of andesite. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, easy peasy. We can do that, you know? Just a bunch of andesite. The question is, how much work are we gonna have to put in? I don't have any of those bricks on me. Those, algal, whatever they are. We don't even have any in here. Oh my god. Alright, that'll smelt. While that's smelting, I'm gonna mine some andesite. Okay. By the end of this episode, we will have it might not be fast, again, it might not be fast, but a functioning tree farm, okay? We're gonna have a functioning tree farm. I promise. I don't want to promise. You know what? It's too late. I've promised. This could be a long video. Strap yourselves in. Alright, I've got plenty of... Oh, we got an extra bread. I've got plenty of andesite. We have a decent amount, probably enough to work with. I forgot to chop a tree. I'll be back. I'll be back. A tree is meeting its maker once more. Okay. So, my goal here is to quickly make a mechanical bearing. What are we going to need? We need a turntable. That is made from slabs. We can do that. Just a quick little bit of slabs. Slabs and a shaft. Like so. Gives us a turntable. Quick and easy. Beautiful. Next, we're actually going to need, it looks to be, a andesite casing, I think. Yep, and here we go. Shaft, andesite alloys, andesite casing, and a turntable gives us a mechanical bearing. Beautiful. I think what we can do now is go ahead up here, place down our mechanical bearing like so. Now on top of this guy, I believe we want to place a chassis like so. And then along this, I think what I can do is place, for example, these. And then I think I'd have to place saws on them. Now, there might be an alternative. And it might be just placing the saws exactly where that cobble is. If we can get them to face the same direction. So I think we'd do something like that. And I think that could work. The problem is now, making the saw. So first things first, we're going to need to make at least one more set of cogwheels. So I'm going to go ahead and make those. So these small little cogwheels. I'm going to make some of that. We essentially need another andesite machine, which means we need to make more of this. So I need more logs. Man, I hate it. I hate it. You know what? I should really climb up one of these trees and chop it down. My issue is the branches. I don't want to deal with the branches. Oops, speak of a tree that we need, and that looks to be a 2x2. Okay, beautiful. As you can see, I've been planting some around. This one grew extremely quickly, which is beautiful. We probably could make some apatite, and that would help us. I'm going to dig up this tree. If you're curious as to a good strat to do it, is you just you make a staircase as you climb up it, and then you can stand in the middle and pretty much dig straight down. So I'm gonna chop this guy down. This will probably give us like a stack of wood, and then hopefully we'll have our tree farm up before we need more. Hopefully, Fingers crossed. In fact, I'm probably going to lose my axe before I even chop the whole thing down. Oh my god. Alrighty, I need the stone saw. And now what we should be able to do... Oh, in fact, you know what? I need a little bit more andesite. Because this is the expensive part, making these, like, mechanism things. Because, in particular, it needs... I keep trying to open my refined storage interface, but that's not a thing in this pack. Not yet. Andesite cobble, andesite. It uses, like, 8 andesite for a single one of these machines. It's very expensive. Alright, let's slap this stuff in. Let's dump in the rest of this stuff, the rest of that. And then we only want 8, so I'm only going to put 8 wood in. We can shift click. There we go. That is our 8 kinetic mechanisms. I'm going to surround an andesite casing to get our andesite machine. Beautiful. Step 1 complete. The next step we need to do is take our iron from here. And I'm going to have to go and turn it all into ingots. In particular, we just need 2 more, I believe. Is it the propeller? What do we need? Oh, it's the saw. So we're going to need, yeah, 4 total. So what I could do... You know, what I could do is I could chuck these ones down here already while I'm processing this. You know what I mean? Save a little time, as they say. Do we have fuel in there? Sort of. We sort of have fuel in there. Let's get smelting. I'm going to smelt up a full block's worth. Alrighty, that is a block. I'm going to start pouring that. While that's pouring, I'm going to sleep. Listen. In this early game, we need to be as time efficient as we can. Because boy, oh boy, do we need it. So here we go. Beautiful. What do we need to do? We need to take this, turn it into ingots. 2 of these ingots need to be turned into sheets, which we should have 2 over here already. Drop 2 more. Oh, I just picked them up. Okay, well, there we go. 2 drop there. Beautiful. We are going to need nuggets. Do we have nuggets here? We have 4. I believe that's precisely what we need. We have a lead on us. Ooh, okay. That is the second one. Grab that. We now have a saw blade, ladies and gentlemen. If we now run over to our smithing table that we have over here for whatever reason, we have ourselves a mechanical saw. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals, my thought process is I should be able to place it like this, and sure enough I can. And then what I should be able to do, we'll pick this up. I'm probably going to have to place it down again. But if I right-click this bearing... Ooh, no. Okay. I think I need to glue at least one side of this. Okay. That's understandable. Now, in vanilla create, like just normal create, you can make slime balls, yeah, with lime dye and dough. The question, of course, is, or jellyfish, if you somehow found a jellyfish. The question is, how do we get lime dye? It is white dye and green dye. Okay. Or a sea pickle, or lily of the valley, wild carrots, white tulip. Oh, these are all small percentages. Yeah, so any flower we chuck in here has a percentage. A sea pickle has a guarantee. I'm going to be honest. I'm probably going to go get a sea pickle. Yeah. Sea pickle. I might need shears for a sea pickle. I don't remember. So I'm going to bring them and I'm going to use them because we have them. So we might as well. You know what I mean? These sandwiches, by the way, lifesaver. Quite literally. They are so good. All right. So we have an ocean over here. I mean, I hope there's some sea pickles. There was some kelp, so I imagine there's sea pickles. By the way, sea pickles regrow. I believe they have to be placed on coral in order to regrow. So I'm going to harvest them, assuming they're here, and make sure that I place some down again and possibly claim wherever they are, assuming they exist. Now, usually they stand out because they glow underwater. It's not looking good if that's the only glow we see, and I don't even know, can we see a pickle down there? As dumb as that sounds. Do we see any pickles? I'm thinking this area, like, I don't know, the frozen ocean? No. I mean, we almost need to go to, like, you know, not cold ocean, but I don't think we have not cold ocean. Okay. I imagine I'm going to be running around a bit. So I'll probably cut back when either I find something on this side, or otherwise I'll go back to that side, whatever that was glowing, and we'll hope that it's a pickle. Okay, I see some more light. I don't know. The problem is the sea pickles, they grow on coral, and I don't think we're gonna get coral at this temperature, are we? So it's like, what am I meant to do? This is literally a frozen ocean. Do I need to go out into like colder ocean until I find like, you know, just normal? Do I need to make a boat? We have the resources. Shall I just make a boat real quick and go on an adventure for sea pickles? I can't even bring them back because I don't have silk touch for the coral. So it's like, oh, this is gonna be so annoying. How do we make boats? Is it with a shovel? No, it's not with a shovel. Thank you. Thank you, developers. Now, I'm not sure if you know this, but if you have your sprint button bound or whatever, you can press it and apparently sprint in the boat. Is it a physical sprint or is it just a field of view change? I genuinely don't know. I still don't know. Was there a sea pickle down there? There's a lantern. A sea lantern. Okay, there's a temple. Okay. Or like some sort of structure. I would go down, but I mean, I can't breathe underwater. If there was a if there was a guarantee of a pickle, I would go down. But it looks like it's a maybe you get a pickle, maybe you don't situation, which I'm not a fan of. Oh, this is ocean. Only ocean, not cold. We're possibly going in the right direction. Oh, a lukewarm ocean we have found. Okay, this is more promising. I still see a lot of these underwater structures. Imagine they're just like filled with sea pickles and it's just something that I don't know. You know what I mean? Lukewarm ocean. Deep, lukewarm ocean. There is a structure over there. It looks like an underwater nether portal, as opposed to like, you know, a sea pickle that we are hunting for. Man, this is rough. What's over here? Dirt and sand. You can sort of cheat a little bit in the minimap. It tells you what item, like what block you're hovering over. So these are all sand, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't say like coral. So and obviously like you'd be able to see it as well. We have a temple over there which looks beautiful, but no sea pickles. I mean the alternative is finding a desert as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm returning to the base. Apparently a large fern, or like a fern, as in like a little, like a piece of grass essentially, can be turned into dye, green dye. And then all we need is like bone meal, right? Like white dye. I'm returning to the base. I'm going to hunt down ferns, hopefully around my base with my shears, and I'll be back. Okay, I've returned. As you can see, ferns. I did shear large ferns. I thought I was getting large ferns. If I break it from the bottom, is it a large fern? No, it's just two normal ferns. So hopefully, if I put a fern in a mill, I get green dye. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. That's first things first. That's what we like to see. Okay, so I'm gonna drop you in. Beautiful. I like it. I love it. Next thing, white dye. Honestly, we've got bones. That's good enough for me. I'm gonna turn this into bone meal. I'm gonna turn that into white dye. I'm going to run over here and get some wheat processing because we need that to be dough, right? So that should be good enough. These seeds for now, don't need them. We'll need them in the future, but we don't need them now. So I'm going to chuck these in here as well to be processed. What do we have in at the moment? Green dye and wheat seeds. I can honestly probably... I was going to say I could probably take them all out, but apparently I don't have the inventory for that. Right? Yeah, there we go. Oh, what? Yes. Okay, beautiful. The ferns. I mean, we have infinite. We're in a fern biome. Luckily, wheat flour. Beautiful. This is going to be processed. So let's just can I place it on? Nope. We're gonna chuck it on. Apparently, beautiful. It will now be washed into dough, and then we can combine it with with our lime dye. How beautiful. It didn't process in time. Okay. All right. No, I need you to join the other one. Okay. All right, listen. I mean, I'm going to lose my mind. Can we even get back up here? No, because I built it horribly. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. Chuck that there. Yep. So far, so good. Okay, it's dough. Beautiful. We love to see it. Dough and lime dye equals slime ball. Wonderful. Wonderful. I like what I see. Now I'm going to run up here. I'm going to break this. I'm going to break it. I'm going to slime ball the right side of this radial chassis. Oh, and you keep the slime ball. Oh, I always forget that's the thing. I'm going to drop the egg. I'm going to place the mechanical saw like this. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if I right click this, it spins the wrong way. It's fine. I just simply have to place it the other way around. Ladies and gentlemen, now if I stand in front of it, it hurts me. Beautiful. I'm glad to know. I'm glad to know. If we, for example, place some saplings down, it doesn't break the saplings. But if they grow into trees, which I doubt will happen on camera, we can possibly make some apatite to fertilize them. Hold on. Look at my inventory. I don't even know what to tell you guys. This is horrific. Let me cry for a second and then clean this. All right, so the inventory isn't clean, but it's good enough. This should chop down trees. Quite literally, these trees should grow. It should get chopped. Ooh, a chest. Hold on. Hold the phone. I'm gonna break this one. That one might stay broken just so that we have a way in. Oh, but then it's gonna break a second one no matter what. I don't know. But what I should be able to do is actually place a chest here. And although it's not slime balled, the radial chassis should pick it up. Beautiful. And now inside that chest will be all the drops that it happens to pick up. So we can go ahead and cover this back up. Place down our saplings like so. And this should work. It should quite simply just work. Now, apatite, right? We have this stuff. We would need niter. And I have not found any niter or anything as far as I'm aware. I can double check, but I don't think I have. Do we see a little... Oh, we have a nether quartz. I could have done... Oh, we could have done some stuff. We might use that nether quartz. That could come in handy. We could get a comparator, and that would allow us to do some redstone control. That'd be very good. Niter. Do we have niter? We have apatite. We don't have the missing link, sadly, which means we can't do like the cool fertilizer. We have bone meal, which we could do, but I mean, I don't think that's worth it. Yeah, this stuff does nothing unless you, do the good stuff. Apatite dust? Maybe that'll do something. Well, I mean, we might as well. We've got a crusher. You know, if you've got a crusher and you're not crushing things, what are you really doing in life? All right, I have a singular apatite dust. We can give it a try. There's no harm being done there. No, it does nothing. It does nothing. I don't even want it. It's useless. Okay. I mean, this would work. I mean, to prove that it would work, do you know what? Do I have a hand crank? What do these cost? 1 andesite, some planks, and a shaft. Yeah, I'm gonna make one. I want to show you guys exactly what this mechanical saw is capable of in case you're not sure. In case you're new to Create, because it does some magic. Let me just tell you that much. Do I not have a single shaft? We've used it up. That's amazing. That is amazing. I am once again thinking about screaming. I don't know why screaming is my go-to today. There we go. Okay, we at least have another bit of andesite, which means I can spend some of them on a shaft. Beautiful. And that means I can spend the rest of them on the hand crank. I'm going to grab this guy. Now what I'm going to do is run up here. I'm going to turn off this guy. So let's see. Oh my god, of course. I'm going to do it this way. Oh, you know what, actually? I probably could have... Yeah, I can right-click from there. I don't actually need to make a hole each time. Let's actually... Yeah, okay. That works. I'm actually going to pick up this guy, the mechanical saw. And I'm going to bring him with me to show you what he can do. So, as you can see, this behemoth right here, he's a big tree. He'd take me a little while to chop down. If I shift right-click, it places facing the tree. Then I can place a hand crank. What I believe I need to do, this is what you had to do back in the day. I don't know if it's still a thing. I need to chop the other bits. So let me just, you know what? I'll spend the wood because I have a feeling we can get away with, like, you know, spending our wood again. Let's make me an axe real quick. Here we go. So I'm going to chop all these other ones. So there's only one block, and it is the block touching the mechanical saw. Oh, you know what? In hindsight, I want to pick this guy up and place him here. Or I guess pre-hindsight. I guess you call it sight. In sight. I'm going to place it here because, watch this. I'm going to spin this. As you can see, the wood is breaking as we apply rotational energy. the entire tree pulverized in an instant. We can then break this, pick the stuff back up, and then the logs actually break in the direction that the tree was like facing with the saw. So now I can run all the way along here, and I can, hopefully if the server catches up, pick up all of the logs. It's meant to drop the saplings as well. Oh my god, it's still going. So here you go. Yep, you can even see saplings. Here they go. There's more down here. Oh my god. As you can see, it just goes over everything in its path. Including this other tree, which, I mean, hey, we've got a saw and a hand crank. We might as well chop this one down too. We already have a stack, over a stack of wood. How beautiful is that? Like this, the mechanical saw makes chopping trees not a thing. Why would you chop a tree? You don't need to, you know? There's just no point. So I'm gonna just create some space here. Once again, I can use my axe to just break anything because, once again, we're barely gonna be using our axe. Our axe is gonna be like a relic. A forgotten relic, at best. So here we go. Let's spin this guy around. Get rid of this other tree that we were half chopping down. Oh my god, it's phenomenal. And there we go. Pick up that. We might not even have enough space. But hey, guess what? We can make as many chests as we want. Whenever we want to, because we have infinite wood. We have infinite wood. We just have infinite wood. It's that simple. I am going to hook it back up to the this guy. Because it's automatic, you know? It's the start of something. As we get more saws, we can expand this and we can make the, you know, tree farm bigger. And then, you know, the more trees we have, the faster it'll grow. I've realized now we can stop it like that, but we can't start it like that. So I do need to still break a thing just to do that. There we go. Start her up. And there we go. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to be honest. That seems like a good wrapping up point for me. I like the idea of that. Another thing you could do is you could honestly just have a hand crank on this, and every time a tree grows, you come over here and you just spin it around. I mean, it's better than going and chopping a whole tree. It's pretty good. So yeah. I think that's it. I think that's everything. We have over 2 stacks of logs. I'm on board. We've separated our, like, you know, general machinery here that we can use whenever we need to from our auto process. Like, everything here is self-sufficient, once again. Very slow. But self-sufficient. Self-sufficient. And slowly but surely, it'll get me stuff. It'll be extremely slow, but it'll do it. It'll do it. In one of these episodes, we need to make them faster, which we can do. We have all the stuff to do it. It's just a matter of, I've got to dismantle this thing again, which I don't like doing because I rebuilding it and dismantling it, it's in the sky where it happens. So I think if I'm going to do that, if I'm going to dismantle this and do it again, I'm not placing it back up there. Instead, I'm going to place it connected to maybe like a gearbox here or something. And it's going to go out this way. So I'm going to have just a normal gearbox. And I'm going to have a sideways windmill or something. Or even water wheels, to be honest. And we're going to speed them up somewhere else. So yeah, nice. I'm actually happy. I'm very happy. This thing obviously needs some work, just some speed. This stuff's all good. We can set up an auto farm at some point, which, I mean, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. And up here, we have our beautiful auto tree farm. It's spectacular, isn't it? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you're enjoying the series. Listen, I'm trying. I feel like it's not beautiful, but I think it could look beautiful. I don't know how to make it look beautiful. Maybe with the windmill not up there, it'll look better. I don't know. We could also just box it. Honestly, something like this looks like it looks nice if you're into it, but it's so messy. I might just build a box around it with some windows. I think that's the best way to make this not look hideous. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please do consider subscribing to my channel. It helps me out quite a bit. If you like the video, you can like the video as well. That also helps. So thank you guys. You guys are enjoying the series. It's fallen off a little bit. It's probably roughly the same popularity that Ocean Block was getting. Once again, I'm trying to find time to do Ocean Block, but it's like I would feel bad at this point if I made an Ocean Block video instead of this. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Ocean Block, listen, I'm telling you, it's coming back. It's coming back. Sometime this year, okay? That's what I'll tell you. Sometime this year, Ocean Block's coming back. Yeah, thank you to everyone who supported my channel financially, whether that's through donation links, channel memberships, or even just watching the ads on the videos. Thank you guys a lot. It's pretty awesome. If you're already subbed as well, you know how I said, like, oh, if you like the video, you can consider subscribing. If you're already subscribed, thank you. Thank you. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.